Have you ever noticed how your mind can suddenly bring back a memory from years ago, even when you weren't thinking about it at all? One moment you're focused on your day, and the next you're reliving a conversation, a mistake, an embarrassing moment, or even a person you haven't seen in years. What's strange is that most of these memories seem completely random. They appear without warning and disappear just as quickly. Yet some memories return again and again, almost as if your mind refuses to let them go. Why does this happen? Why do certain moments stay alive in our minds, while thousands of other experiences quietly fade away? And more importantly, what if these recurring memories aren't random at all? Most people assume that when an old memory comes back, it's simply because the brain is revisiting the past. But the truth is far more interesting. Your mind is not a storage room full of old recordings. It is an active system that is constantly searching for meaning, patterns, and unfinished business. Think about all the experiences you've had throughout your life. You've met thousands of people. You've had countless conversations. You've lived through ordinary days that seemed important at the time, but are now completely forgotten. If memory worked like a camera, all of those moments would have the same chance of returning. But they don't. Instead, your mind chooses specific moments. Certain memories remain surprisingly vivid, even after years have passed. Sometimes they're positive memories, but very often they're moments that carry some kind of emotional weight. A regret. A missed opportunity. A painful goodbye. A decision you wish you could change. A version of yourself that no longer exists. The question is not why you remember these moments. The question is why your mind keeps bringing them back now. And to understand that, we first need to understand something important about how memory actually works. Most people think memories are stored like files in a computer. An event happens, the brain records it, and later it can be played back. But human memory doesn't work that way. In reality, every memory is influenced by emotion, interpretation, and meaning. Your brain is constantly deciding what deserves attention and what can safely be forgotten. Imagine two people attending the exact same event. One barely remembers it a year later. The other remembers every detail for decades. The difference isn't the event itself. The difference is the meaning attached to it. This is why emotionally charged experiences tend to remain with us longer. The brain sees strong emotions as signals. It interprets them as information that might be useful in the future. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes perfect sense. Our ancestors survived because they remembered things that mattered. Dangerous situations, painful mistakes, and important social experiences all contained valuable lessons. The brain learned that remembering emotionally significant events could improve future survival. The problem is that the brain doesn't always know when a lesson has already been learned. Sometimes it keeps revisiting old experiences long after they've stopped being useful. And that's where recurring memories begin to appear. Because often, the memory itself isn't the focus. The meaning behind the memory is. Imagine reading a novel and reaching the final chapter only to discover that the last pages are missing. No ending. No explanation. No resolution. Most people would feel frustrated. Not because they need every story to have a happy ending, but because the human mind naturally seeks closure. Psychologists have long observed that unfinished experiences tend to occupy more mental space than completed ones. This is especially true when emotions are involved. Think about relationships that ended without explanation, arguments that were never resolved, questions that were never answered. dreams that were never pursued. The mind often continues revisiting these experiences because they remain psychologically incomplete. In many cases, people believe they're remembering the past, but what they're really doing is searching for an ending. Every replay is an attempt to make sense of what happened. Every return to the memory is an effort to create understanding where uncertainty still exists. This is why certain memories can stay active for years, not because the event is still happening, but because part of your mind feels that the story never truly ended. Have you ever noticed that your mind rarely replays ordinary moments? It rarely reminds you about a random Tuesday afternoon from 7 years ago. Instead, it tends to return to moments that hurt, failures, rejections, embarrassing situations, lost opportunities, moments when you felt vulnerable. This isn't because your brain enjoys suffering. It's because your brain is designed to learn from negative experiences. Psychologists often refer to this as the negativity bias. The human brain naturally pays more attention to potential threats than positive experiences. Thousands of years ago, this tendency helped people survive. Forgetting a pleasant sunset had no serious consequences. Forgetting a dangerous mistake could be fatal. As a result, the brain evolved to treat negative experiences as especially important information. Even today, your mind may replay painful memories because it believes those experiences contain lessons that should never be forgotten. The strange part is that the brain sometimes overestimates the importance of those lessons. A mistake from 10 years ago may no longer be relevant. A rejection may no longer define your reality. Yet the memory remains active because your mind still treats it as valuable information. Here's something most people never realize. Many recurring memories have less to do with the past than with who you believe you are today. Over time, certain experiences become part of your personal identity. A failure becomes proof that you're not capable. A rejection becomes proof that you're unlovable. A disappointment becomes proof that success isn't meant for you. The event ends, but the story continues. Every time the memory returns, it reinforces the identity attached to it. This is why two people can experience similar situations and carry completely different emotional consequences. One sees the event as something that happened. The other sees it as evidence of who they are. And when a memory becomes part of your identity, letting go of it becomes much harder. Because it no longer feels like you're losing a memory. It feels like you're losing a piece of yourself. At this point, you might be wondering whether recurring memories are always a problem. Not necessarily. In fact, they often serve a purpose. The mind rarely does anything without a reason. When an old memory keeps returning, it's often because some part of you believes there is still something worth understanding. Maybe it's a lesson you never fully accepted. Maybe it's a wound that never completely healed. Maybe it's a belief about yourself that you've never questioned. The memory keeps appearing because it represents something unfinished inside you. But here's the important part. The solution is rarely to keep replaying the memory. The solution is to understand why it's returning. Because once the lesson has been fully understood, the memory often loses much of its emotional power. The next time an old memory appears, try something different. Instead of asking, "Why can't I stop thinking about this?" ask yourself, "What is this memory trying to show me? What belief is attached to it? What lesson have I been carrying all these years? And is that lesson still true today?" Because sometimes the memory isn't the problem. The problem is the story you've built around it, the meaning you've attached to it, the conclusion you've never challenged. The truth is that your mind doesn't replay old memories because it wants to keep you trapped in the past. It replays them because it believes there is something important that you still haven't seen. A lesson, a realization, a hidden belief, a missing piece of understanding. And perhaps that's why certain memories refuse to disappear. Not because they belong to the past, but because they're still trying to teach you something in the present. The memory is only the messenger. The real discovery is the thought that has been missing all along.